Alright, in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been doing for the past couple weeks that have completely thrown me off track from where I was going. I was on a really good pace and I was dropping body fat and my performance was going up. I was getting stronger. Everything was just peachy. I felt great. My skin looked great. My hair, everything. And then I decided I wanted to take it a little bit further, and it a little bit further proved to be way too much, and I just completely um, just fell off the deep end. Um, so basically, what I was doing and what I am today started back doing is was going towards an approach of I completely cut out processed foods. Um, I was just eating fruits and vegetables uh, as raw as possible. I wasn't cooking anything, and yeah, I cut my protein in half, completely in half, and so that was working phenomenal. Like the weight was just falling off of me so quickly. I was amazed. Basically, I would have like a sample day would be I would have a green smoothie in the morning for breakfast, and then I would have for lunch maybe like a smashed up avocado with some garlic salt and a whole avocado with some red peppers, like a whole red pepper, or I have a spiralizer and I would make like zucchini noodles and stuff like that. And then for dinner, I would have a huge salad. And when I say huge, I huge. Basically, the bowl that I put it in holds 21 cups, and that whole bowl would be full. So I would eat that for dinner, and then for my dessert, I would have I would take the Fage frozen yogurt, and I would add the Da Vinci sugar-free syrups to it with stevia, and put it in my ice cream maker and make frozen yogurt. And yeah, so everything was working great. Then I decided I was like, okay, well, and of course I've been researching a lot about raw food, and I came across the 80-10-10 diet, and I got on 30 bananas a day, which is a website that is um, geared towards the 80-10-10 book. So I did a lot of reading there, and just people advocating like a really high fruit diet. And when I mean, basically like you get 80% of your calories from carbohydrates, and majority of those are fruit, and 10% of your calories from protein, and 10% of your calories from fat. So I decided that I wanted to take a couple weeks and try that out because I was like, okay, well, I've been at this point, let's take it a step further. So I went out and I bought like 20 mangoes, and I bought 10 pounds of dates. I bought them on the internet, and God, they were delicious. They were so good. All kind of bananas, and I was gonna drop the yogurt. The big thing about wanting to drop the yogurt wasn't necessarily because, oh, I'm gonna classify myself as a vegan, um, and because I wasn't eating any meat, just the yogurt. But basically, it was because I wanted to get away from the the heavy amount of artificial sweeteners that I was taking in, and I won't eat the yogurt without it. So that was a struggle for me. So, anyways, I tried that to start doing that type of protocol just to see how I felt, and it completely sent me in a tailspin. I can't really pinpoint why. I was taking in the amount of calories, like they recommend you take in 2,500 to 3,000 calories. Now, I wasn't taking in that amount of calories when I was doing it my way. I was taking in like maybe 1,500 calories when I was doing it my way, and that was with a ton of food because it was really heavy on the vegetable side. Um, and non-sweet fruits like tomatoes and zucchini and cucumbers and stuff like that. But yeah, I try to do the fruit way, and I was just like, and you have to eat that many calories that they suggest because you're so hungry otherwise. There's just absolutely no way. I would literally eat 6 mangoes and 12 bananas and be like, oh, okay, oh, I'm good. I'm satiated for a while now. Um, but yeah, that, and then I was just eating so many dates. Do you realize like how easy it is to kill like 2,000 calories worth of dates? Like that is just way too easy for me. Um, so the whole like coming from a restrictive diet to a diet of abundance really like set me off in my head. Um, and so that kind of like, and then the eating the large quantities kind of stimulated some, like brought back in some bad habits that I used to have, as far as like binge eating and stuff like that. That is something that I happened to acquire while I was doing the intermittent fasting. And a lot of that goes hand in hand with why I don't care to do bodybuilding anymore. But like I said, I'll do a separate video on that. Um, yeah, so that's what I'd been doing for the last 2 weeks. And honestly, in the last 2 weeks, like I've cheated with the kind of foods that I don't want to be eating at all. Like foods that, like pizza, um, cookies. I was like making cookies and just like because my psyche was so like, oh, you're like, I don't know. I really can't explain it. It's hard to explain my thought process, but the thing with 80-10-10 is like they really want you to, and I say they, but the diet is written to where you give up like your salt, spices, coffee, um, of course, obviously, diet sodas, regular sodas, basically anything and everything, and it was just too much at one time. So, what I'm gonna do now is I have decided that while I'm doing the diet bet, which is 28 days, I'm going to also eliminate all animal products. I'm not saying that I'm going vegan, and I'm not saying that I'm going vegetarian, because for the 28 days, I want to eliminate all meats and all dairy and just see how my body feels. I've done it before. I used to actually be a vegetarian for like 7 years, but I was like a piss poor vegetarian as far as like, um, I ate really healthy. I ate a lot of fruits and vegetables actually, but I was also eating like the fake meats, like the veggie burgers and the fake this and the fake that. And I will not do that. I will not do that this time because processed foods are definitely something that I feel strongly about that I want to get away from. Not saying I'm never going to eat processed foods again because that's crap. Like I will probably in my lifetime eat Oreos again, and I will in my lifetime eat ice cream again. I'm sure of it. You know, it's not an all or nothing thing. It's just that I want it to be an occasional thing, not a habitual thing, and I was doing really well with that. It worked. It was working beautifully until I decided that, oh, well, let's take it a little bit further. Like, that, no. Anyway, yeah, so I am going back to the same way that I was eating, except for I've replaced the yogurt with what's called like banana whips. And basically I'm taking the same amount of calories that I was eating in yogurt and replacing it with frozen bananas. And because you can take frozen bananas, put them in your food processor, or if you have a high-speed blender, and blend it up with some cinnamon, and I swear to you, it is just like ice cream. Like, YouTube it. There's videos all over the place, people doing it, and it's way better than the yogurt. It tastes better than the yogurt. No artificial sweeteners, which is one thing that I personally wanted to get away from, because the yogurt is expensive. Like, I was eating probably $40 or $50 a week worth of yogurt. And then the bottles that you buy, they're like $8 a piece. The stevia that I buy, because I only buy the organic stevia, because like this whole GMO thing that just I really am passionate about avoiding. That's all on my own. That's the conclusion that I came to all on my own, and I encourage you, if you're not familiar with GMOs, to um, do your research on that, because that's something that needs to be stopped. Um, yeah, so um, I'm gonna do that. That's what I've replaced yogurt with that, and I'm also, because I'm not getting into animal protein, and my health is my number one focus. Weight is not my number one focus. Um, I'm going to start eating quinoa, and I've never eaten quinoa before, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but I do know that it's a complete protein. And I know that you can get your protein, like all the amino acids that you need in your diet, by pairing this with that, but I don't really have the patience to like seek it out, and I don't care for beans that much. Like, I'm not I, back when I was a vegetarian, I enjoyed beans then, but now I just don't. I'm like, damn, let me get some beans. No. Um, that I don't want to deal with that. So I'd figure, okay, quinoa, it's a complete protein. I'll eat that. Chia seed, it's a complete protein. I've got that. So I'm gonna incorporate those into my diet also. So yeah, those aren't raw. Well, the quinoa isn't gonna be raw. So that's, like I said, my diet's just gonna be high raw, not completely raw. I will have some cooked food when I feel like it. That's just where it's going to be. And I'm going to eat salt, and I'm going to eat spices, and I'm going to probably still drink diet soda, just not in the quantities that I was drinking it, but I don't want to take everything from myself at once, because obviously I can't handle it. So, anyways, um, that's where I'm at now. That's what I'm going to be doing for the next 28 days, starting today. No animal products. That's the goal. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.